That was our whole game plan, was to keep the tempo in our favor, and to make the post players of theirs run the floor. Thought our post players could outrun them, which we did. We just didn't get the ball down the floor. We didn't make layups. I think those two things, our guards, they held Kinsey under her normal, had a hard time getting her open, and our post players just more uncomfortable outside, and we tried to do some different things, and pushing the ball up the floor is something we need to do better, especially against a team who has 8 players and 2 in foul trouble. And I thought that was part of our plan, was to get going up and down the floor. So I thought we did a great job of doing that. If we could have just finished on layups, especially in the first half. I think we missed something like 10 layups in the first half. If we could finish on those, I think the game is a little bit different at halftime too.
You talked about, you touched on it a little bit, the defensive job that they did on Kinsey. It looked like they were bringing in that one girl, her name escapes me right now, but like pretty much sitting here when Kinsey was sitting and bringing her in. Talk about the job they did defensively on her a little bit more in depth.
I think, they won't let her catch it, and if she can't catch it, she's not going to be able to shoot it, and they just won't let her get the ball. That's when we need other people to step up, and I think Tanya, Teresa, and even Morgan, when she was able to get a shot off, did that for us. However, I think in the second half, again, we settled for too many jump shots and didn't take the ball to the basket. We had them in foul trouble, but we didn't exploit it.
Size disadvantage I was talking about with Teresa, how much do you think that factored in or maybe wore this team down, if it did at all?
I think the size, they're bigger than us, and most teams are going to be. And we need to take advantage of the things that we're better at. Our post players can shoot from outside, so typically they'll bring those post players out, make them play defense outside. And as far as our defense, we needed to help them out and do those things. We didn't do that very well. So I think as we go along, it'll get better. As we work on things like that, it'll get better. It's nice to have a challenge like this and kind of show us where we are. And you know what? The fact of the matter is we get them, hopefully, 2 more times.
I know that you had, I think you forced them into 20-plus turnovers. There were some times where they also got some fast break baskets. How pleased were you overall with the defensive performance from your team, even though it was a 20-point loss? As I was telling Teresa, that wasn't really indicative of how tight the game was.
Right. I thought defensively, we played okay. Obviously not pleased with it because they did get fast break opportunities. They did get some easy stuff. But overall, we forced 27 turnovers. We had 14 steals. Teresa specifically with 7 steals, just being in passing lanes and being there and being aggressive enough to go after it helps us out. And we need to, again, finish on those type of opportunities. We get them to turn the ball over 27 times, and we get 15 offensive rebounds, but we don't do anything with it. I think that's the difference in the game.
Finally, just talk about how confident this team is moving forward. Obviously, still lots of conference games left to be played.
I think, we needed a challenge like this. Blowing out teams doesn't do us any good. I think it gives us some motivation to play in a very tough place on Wednesday, going down to DuPage, and these guys, this loss should make these ladies ready to go. And I think with that motivation of coming off a loss, I would hope that DuPage would be a little bit scared.